Hey guys, this is Rocking3 bringing another commentary Forza 5, and this time I want to do a all-wheel drive comparison. I am looking at comparing taking a D-level all-wheel drive car up to the top of C. I'm looking at taking a low C all-wheel drive car up to the top of C, and then I'm also looking at taking a higher level all-wheel drive level C all-wheel drive car up to the top of level C as well. And the three cars that I'm choosing here, and they're not super similar as far as the two classes, but a couple of them will be. I got the 98 Eagle Talon TSI. That one started as a D370, and I have moved that up to the top of C. And I've already ran my laps on Road Atlanta, my test bed. And then the next two cars I'm going to be testing, and you're going to see me test these in live, is going to be the Subaru Impreza 22B STI. And that one started as a C460. And then the other car that I'm going to run is the 2005 Subaru Impreza WRX STI, which started as a C479. Not a big difference between those two, but I would like to see kind of the difference of taking a lower C to upper C and a little bit higher one to that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this out, and I have a track time on Road Atlanta of 108.522. So we're going to run 4 laps. I'm going to start this up. Going to make it easy to change cars. So I have 4 laps to beat the time of 108.522. And I have raced this car once before, and I was pretty impressed with it. So I was trying to compare it with my D-level car that I brought up, and then another one that I just bought today. So I'd like to see what it does. The first video that I did on this was the front wheel drives, and I actually found that the D-level class car was faster if brought up to the same C-level class as the C-level front wheel drive that I purchased. And that's in another video if you want to watch that. So again, it's 108.522, and in this first lap I obviously won't beat it, but I'll get the tires warmed up and get a little bit of feel for the track with this car. Tire's a little cold, so it stops a little bit later. And I went ahead and put the overall time of the 4 laps out here as well, just to kind of see if maybe one was more consistent than the other. It won't be a real good judge because of this first lap. It's going to be probably so different between the 3 cars. So it looks like the gearing is going to be almost identical to the Eagle Talon. If I shift right at this line up here, right, then a little bit later, the gearing is really, really close. Not too bad. Tires are warm, and let's see if we can hit this lap going fast. I like the shift right in that corner like that. Kind of makes you bump in a little bit. Alright, turn on. Nice. This car, and the reason why I said I liked it is because it really was pretty easy to handle. Shifted in the middle of that turn as well. Okay, see if I can get a little bit higher RPM from around this time. Yeah, a little bit sooner. Again, it's going to be 108.522. It's the time to beat. Unfortunately, I hit the brake there. Ooh, got off the track. That's going to slow us down. But that's why we do 4 laps. Let's see where we're at here. 108.522. Beat it. Even with that horrible last turn. So now the difference that I saw between the Eagle Talon and this car is the horsepower was really close. The lateral G's was really close, but the weight was really different. This car is about 300 pounds lighter than that Eagle Talon that I rode and drove, and that's quite a bit of difference. Probably in braking, trying to tap the brakes on that one now, so I'm not losing the speed here, but about the same as last time. Second set very well. So what I'm going to do next time, I'm going to brake a little bit earlier on that high speed turn to see if we can get a better time. 1:07.74. Beat it again. We're going to push this one a little bit so we can gain some more speed out of that. Oh, really wide. Got late into the gas, so that's gonna be a negative for me. Real quick tap, and we're gonna try to carry a little bit more speed through here. And too much speed. Let's slid out the tires. Actually slowed us down by going faster early, so I was better off with the brakes a little bit longer. 5 seconds slower. Alright. So I never got this last turn down for a good lap time, but overall my lap time is faster. .107, and I beat it again, even with that horrible lap. So now I'm really interested to see what this other one is going to do that I purchased. These menus take forever. At a 107 something. Again, the Eagle TSI was 108.522. And the C460 Subaru Impreza was, let me type this down here, 107.793. And then overall it was 437.077. So that's about 4 seconds faster. So it was very consistently a lot faster. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave this race, and then we're going to pick the newer Subaru Impreza WRX STI that was rated as a C479, almost 109 points higher than the D class that I picked up. So we're going to change cars, select car, and let's pick the other Subaru. There it is. So as you see, I'm doing the exact same race, so we're doing definitely a side-by-side track comparison. Now, according to the numbers on the car, the top speed was a 5.8 on the other Subaru that I just raced, and this one's a 6.4. Braking is almost identical. Acceleration is a 7.7 versus an 8.7, and handling is 5.0 versus 4.9. So overall, this Subaru that I'm about to drive now technically should be better. Now, I didn't see the weight differences, and that could be a big difference in the races. Let's see if this feels any difference off the acceleration. It's hard to tell. It feels like it's a little faster. I'm into fourth, so this is going to be a totally different gear ratio. Let me see if I can tire it cold. So I can't hit third, but I have to shift the fourth here. So it's going to be, I think, a little bit trickier to drive from a gear ratio perspective. But you never know. Maybe it'll fall just right. It'll let off the gas there since my tire not completely warm yet. I'm going to leave this in fourth. Can't make that turn. Oof. Alright, we're learning a lot on this. This is the first time I've drove this car, so we're learning a lot about it already. Got a double downshift. I'm still braking too late on that. And third hit. This is pretty much identical to the last race with the last car. This one really. I've got some good speed going through there, so I'm not too worried about this lap being tainted by that horrible lap. The double downshift that one, just getting the third. That was a good idea anyway. Gonna brake, downshift one more, cut that turn. There we go. That's doing pretty good. Gonna let off the gas for a second just to get around this one. Leave it at fourth again. See if we get this car to hit. There we go. There we go. I think third would be too torquey for it, so I'm gonna just stick with it fourth here. Again, 108.522 for the first car, 107.793 for the next car, and I did not. That is not quite what I wanted. Ah, shoot. Hopefully this doesn't taint the next lap too. I gotta brake earlier. I've got to brake earlier. I just horrible. 107.6. Even though that was horrible, I beat the fastest lap of the last car. So this one is going to be the fastest. I'll try fourth this time just to come in the middle of the road. Got it. Turn earlier. There we go. Better. Little tap. Sticking in fourth. Stay in fourth. Just hammer. Try to stay to the inside line, make this track as short as possible. Alright, if I can brake early enough in this last high-speed braking area, we should do alright. So I'm going to brake now. I'm going to cut it. There we go. Cut it again. Alright, then third. Got a decent turnout. It wasn't great. Better than it had been. I'm going to crash. Oh, made it. 107.1, so definitely consistently a lot faster. I'm going to go ahead and third shift down here. Carry as much speed through there as possible. Since we beat the time, we're going to go for broke here. I'm just going to keep the hammer down. Cut this one in. Got it. Quick break, and we're gonna go wide this time. That wasn't intentional, it just kind of where the line it took. Alright, if we can get a good breakdown here again. Looking pretty good. Way early, but that's alright. We wanna kind of dance there. Let's see if we can make this turn. There we go. That's not bad at all. Let me just make this last turn here. Without crashing it. 106.85. Oh, wow. That's really good. 852. And then I just want to see what the last one is. So again, this is taking a D370, a D370, a C460, and a C479 car up to the C500 level. And with the all-wheel drive, and I'm pretty sure that if I went through and looked at the weight, that each one of them is going to be a little bit lighter as I go down that list. And it seems to be the lower weight that really helps. So looks like 108.522 for the Eagle, 107.793 for the older Impreza, and then 106.852, and then overall 435. So again, more consistent than the other two around the track. So if I learned anything from this, it looks like you can go ahead and take one of those higher premium C classes, or take it up to the top of C, or take maybe a B and take that up to the top of B. And you don't have to bring that D level car up to a C, up to a B, up to an A to be ultra competitive. It looks like it does kind of carry through within its own class. So with that in mind, I'm going to keep looking at other all-wheel drive cars and move myself up the ladder as well. My next video will be rear-wheel drives. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. And